Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters in different time zones, in different countries, in different continents, wherever you are. We extend you a very warm welcome this evening. It's a pleasure to have all of you. We have got this evening Mr. Anand Vaid, the founder of the Native Puppets Animation Studio, who is joining us from Bangalore. It's a beautiful city, I think, world over. What was named here as Bangalore. Wonderful people, wonderful cuisine, culture, art, so much they have to the country and relevant 424 webinars e-learning for skill-based education. And let's move on the journey while extending a warm welcome to Mr. Anand Vaid. Here is dedicated Mr. Mohit Soni, the CEO, Media Entertainment Skill Council. We are always proud of him. We finished a complete series with health sector, then with the wellness sector, then with the entrepreneurship sector, Colonel Anil Pokhriyal, and now we are with Mohit Soni. And we are taking this journey onward because you would be very happy to know that on 8th of December, just 2 days back, the Honorable State Minister for External Affairs, Government of India, has launched the website for Parvasi Bharati Divas 2021. And different verticals are being taken, different themes are being taken. And one of the themes which is taken is media entertainment industry as well. So we got to be proud of it because today's children, they are looking forward to education to be with fun, education to be with music, education to be with gamification. Education should be rewarding, stimulating, innovative, creative, collaborative, any name you can give it, whatever you feel like. So Media Entertainment Skill Council is doing a continuous research, and his entire team, they are doing remarkable work. We are proud of Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. Special thanks to Pooja Arora, who is coordinating this entire series for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, these are various courses offered by Media Entertainment Skill Council, and you can go through their website. You can see what all they have got. And tomorrow in a bold letters, we will write their website as well so that you get to know. Now, I personally feel media entertainment industry is a stress buster. When you talk about anxiety, stress, depression, worked up, work, so many things you got to take into consideration, and particularly during this pandemic, when 1.86 billion children, as per UNESCO's statistics, are away. I think this is a time for stress buster, and Media Entertainment Skill Council plays a very important role. Our chamber, International Chamber for Service Industry, extends a very warm welcome. Since 1994, we are with the non-resident Indians, and then with the blessings of the Honorable Prime Minister of India from 2003, then the Honorable Prime Minister vision, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, that there should be a Bharati Parvasi Divas, and now the population of the NRIs is increasing. Tomorrow onward, you will have the new slide because now approximately 31 million non-resident Indians are abroad. During this pandemic, doctors, nurses, paramedical people, they have done great job. But at the same time, I would say that all teachers, all educators, all principals, and everybody whosoever is with the skills and competencies, they are also doing great, great jobs. This, our chamber has got a chairman, media entertainment, our sector for our chamber, Manmohan Singh ji, who was cinematographer earlier with Yash Raj Films, and Yash Chopra ji with him. He has done the great films, Dil To Pagal Hai, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, Lamhe, Chandni, Mohabbatein, all those films when you talk about it. Thereafter, he brought a new kind of input to the Punjabi cinema. That is Manmohan Singh ji, who is the chairman of our media entertainment sector with our chamber. Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, when you talk about the whole world is one family, it's a global education fraternity, all of us together. So ladies and gentlemen, heartiest congratulations, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Education Minister of India, and all the stakeholders, including the skill developers. There's a new education policy which has got a lot of skilling. It has got vocationals, and vocational, internship, coding, and practical part of it, and flip learning, digital learning, e-learning, outside classroom learning, ground learning, blended learning, any name you can give it, all that is a part of the new education policy. During pandemic, we have been collecting a lot of statistics from world over, and what we have learned from about 152 countries, that water crisis is going to be the next tragedy, and are going to be a lots of problem world over. And if I name it, I would say states like Punjab, cities like Bangalore, Chennai, they are going to have lots of challenges in the coming times with regard to water. There are many other cities we will talk, because every Friday we have got a session dedicated to. And if you want to do well into that, then the women empowerment is very important. And ICSI is focusing on women empowerment. That is something very important. Youth empowerment, and with that teachers empowerment, both are doing great job. And our chamber since morning till evening, when we talk about, we have got 12 hours complimentary beaming from morning. We start early in the morning with Australia, Fiji, New Zealand. From there we come to ASEAN, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Brunei, and then we come to South Asia, then we come to Central Asia, then we go to Middle East, and then now in the evening, when we are coming for this program, a lot of people are joining us from the European Union, and people are going for their morning walk, and they are having their cup of tea and coffee in Canada, Latin America, United States. And of course, people are very warm and active at this point of time, when 14 minutes past 5 p.m. on Thursday evening, 10th of December 2020 in India. So, when we talk about to our guest of the evening, talking about school, let me share that India's first finishing school for the entire service industry, tourism, hospitality, airlines, retail, media entertainment, education, and as a part of the RUSA, Rashtriya Uchtar Shiksha Abhiyan. If you go to the AICT homepage, you'll find finishing school over there. So ICSI gave lots of inputs in that particular direction. And this concept is basically hard skills are not that important as the soft skills are. 80% of your employment will depend upon hard skill. You can take one, but soft skills, we will take a separate session on this one of these days. Soft skills and life skills, they are very, very important, which we have to work on. So this is the concept. At present, our chamber is having about 24 to 25 webinars per week. All are dedicated to education and skills. And you have got two programs, special programs. 5 o'clock is the special series, what we have got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on youth and teacher empowerment. On Friday from Singapore, we have got basically on water management. Saturday, you have got from Chicago, Swami Vivekanand. Sunday morning, Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Principal Upanishads. What is their relevance in India's education system, all the way from United States in the morning. And Sunday evening at 5 p.m., micro, small and medium enterprise, startup, stand-up, your Make in India, whatsoever you want to talk about, your self-employment, personal, whatsoever you need. And Saturday and Sunday evening, two special programs at 8 p.m. with the non-resident Indians from abroad, from different countries. They come, they deliberate, they talk about what skills, what education, what is the future. 12:30 every day in Hindi. What does today's youth want? आज का युवा पीढ़ी क्या चाहती है? हर रोज दोपहर को हिंदी भाषा में 12:30 बजे आपके लिए एक विशेष कार्यक्रम. This is I was talking about water. And then Saturday evening, another special program for you on Ayurveda. That comes with a lot of remedies. Swami Vivekanand special program every Saturday. Every Sunday morning from Woodbury University, California. And then comes ASEAN, all the way from Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand. Every Sunday special program for you. And this is ultimately, why do I get skilled? Why do I take a competency? Why do I go to school, college, university, institution, polytechnic, ITI? There is a purpose. I want some economic freedom. I want some economic empowerment. For that matter, what is the government policy on MSME? We bring every Sunday to you with celebration and deliberation. Now, tomorrow is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 days. You can watch us live from morning 10 o'clock, evening 6 o'clock, because like this program goes over till 6. So you have got from tomorrow, next 3 days, right from morning 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock, complete day there is a program. There are 5,000 plus people joining us from the world over, and they will be the part of this particular process. During pandemic, we found that the world order has got changed now. B2B is no more business to business. It is back to basics of life. That is going to be the future. Sustainable development. New golden triangle is not a Delhi, Agra, Jaipur. It is your basic food, your basic health, and your basic education. Ladies and gentlemen, whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together. Let's make education relevant, all of us together. This evening, indeed, it's a great privilege. We have been joined by Mr. Anand Bhai. He's a founder, Native Puppets Animation Studio, and he is joining us live from Bangalore. We extend him a very warm welcome. He has worked as a senior animator at DreamWorks Animation India unit and has worked on Madagascar and Shriek feature film based projects. He has also supervised animation on How to Train Your Dragon TV series, which was aired on Cartoon Network. He has over 17 years of industry experience. He has also been awarded for enhancing the art of animation at the DreamWorks Animation facility in Bangalore. In the earlier job with Tata Alexis animation division, he worked on animation supervision in a Walt Disney Yashraj films. He has collaborated and conducted various animation related events in India like ABAI Fest, ASIFA International Animation Day, SIGGRAPH, Bangalore chapter, CG, Tantra, meetups, apart from giving lectures at events, animation studios, animation institutions in India, including conducting workshops at senior institutes like NID, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Indian Institute of Management, and is a regular volunteer at Bangalore GAFX. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in extending a very hearty welcome to Mr. Anand Bhatt, founder, Native Puppets Animation Studio, this evening with all of us. A warm welcome, a pleasure to have you with us. And let's go ahead. We are on your flight now. We are on board in your aircraft. You are the captain of the aircraft. Take us wherever you feel like.
Thank you very much, Kulchan sir. It was really nice to know all the initiatives that that ICSI is taking. So I'm going to jump right into my presentation since I have a lot
Sure.
there. And just give me a quick second while I share my screen.
You take your own time, and we absolutely, yes, there it comes.
I'm just going to reposition. I hope you're able to see the screen with
Yes,
say.
perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Wonderful. Hearty welcome once again.
So I think one of the things that Gulson sir touched upon was the soft skills part. That is going to be one of the most important aspects to focus on. And hard skills, and you will eventually focus on one specialized area. But I think if you even look up on the internet, especially on LinkedIn, you will see that one of the most important attributes that companies are looking out in individuals is creativity. And so, how do you get a future-proof industry, career? Is essentially you need to be investing in your skills. Now, thanks to the boom that has transpired, in this pandemic, especially in the e-learning sector, a lot of opportunities today, needless to say, is available to aspirants, to students at a very young age. I mean, now you're seeing a lot of children right from mid school take up these online classes. So, of course, There's a lot in store for those in the college segment and career seekers. Essentially, if you pick the right program online and then you invest in your skills, and you will definitely make sure that you will have a very sustained career goal. The challenges that we're facing, of course, is a lot of industries are also having, and especially, and I come from the media background, focused on the animation business side of M&D has a lot of businesses. So, and in animation itself, we face a lot of talent issues, skill issues, and I'm pretty sure it is the same across the sectors as well. And there are, a couple of reasons. One is the skill market is getting very competitive, and at the same time, the skills that you learn are also quickly changing because technology is changing. So all of these can only be bridged if you are in the online space, upskilling yourself on a constant basis. So what do you invest on in yourself? It's creativity. It's coming up with fresh ideas. I think there's a lot of value if you hone your skills to a point where you're able to come up with fresh ideas. And I think there's a lot of value in it because company will always looking out for people to come up with creative solutions to a problem. So no more education. Of course, it's a necessity, but at the same time, the requirement of having a skill is really a necessity. So yes, education is important, and skill definitely is a necessity as of today. And it's been like that, time and again over a period of generations through generations. That's what the focus area has been, and the world is definitely getting competitive because a lot of younger talent are starting to occupy job roles purely because they are all upskilling themselves. If you quickly look up on the internet, and LinkedIn has this fantastic article on why creativity is the most important skill in the world, and they actually have a economic graph. It's they have based it off on many parameters, and they have really arrived at creativity being one of the most important skill sets. So that brings us to what we do in the media entertainment sector, which is education through the e-learning module. It's I think any e-learning module goes through a phase of really identifying the process. And once the process is established, then you're able to. And we went through a similar process. We started up in 2011, where there was nobody offering animation courses online at that point in time, and so we really had to go through the grind, really figure out. And so these are the core focus areas for us. The segments, we do school segment. We recently started the school segment because I was really blown by having spent about 20 years in the field. Uh, when I hear about students in high school and mid school learn a 3D software, and then we are able to come up with some really interesting creativity, I think it makes me very happy because the first time when I touched a 3D software was at the age of 21. And today we are able to mentor someone from grade 9, someone from grade 7, and you can totally imagine by the time they're in college, where will they be? So if you look right at the bottom of the list, these were all at one point buzzwords, the IoTs, the machine learnings, the data engineers, the blockchain and full stack engineers and so on. So there was a demand gap, survey done, and right on the top were on the AR, VR engineers and the gaming engineers and so on. And all of these work hand in hand with art, animation, technology, all put together. So the skill gap within the media and entertainment is huge. The requirements and the opportunities are again huge. A little bit about myself, like Gulshan sir actually mentioned, I got the privilege to work on some very cool projects. These are, in fact, all of them are DreamWorks projects, and I was part of the core team in the studio. We were about 6 members when we started off. And what Native Puppets does is, very quickly, I want to focus on the education side. We develop edtech products in the M&E space, and we focus on the professionals and we focus on the school children. We have impacted about over 7,000 students, professionals put together. And some of our high-end premium courses have in fact been even delivered in some of the top production houses in India. In 2017, we got a grant from the Karnataka government to pursue our ideas. So we were we were very fortunate that they picked us, and then we developed some of our original ideas. We are also in the content creation space, so we understand the current trends very, very closely. Understand the requirements of a studio very closely, purely because one, I come from a production background. Two, we also run a production house. So we are able to really analyze, what is it that is missing when a student actually makes it. So they also get to work on some very cool live projects. These are some of the content that we actually have developed in-house. And there's also the service side of things that I was mentioning, that this is where the benefit for the student is that they get live internships on on actual projects. And so 3-4 years in the running, we have been the regular set of artists to be mentoring and providing training to the students at NID in Bangalore. We also did a flagship event, like it was a full blown month-long animation program in NID Ahmedabad. Literally, NID, as you all know, it's a premium institute in India for design, but they had never done a computer graphics workshop ever, and that too even for a month long. So yes, I think we're privileged that we got that opportunity to interact and engage with the students. Uh, then here we are, offering it to the school children. And one of the primary things with e-learning comes the added benefit of being able to tap into some world-class talent, and these are world-class projects. So try doing this in a brick mortar facility. One, it's going to be super expensive. Two, it's also going to be time schedule wise, it's going to be very challenging, because a lot of these top artists, they may come for a guest lecture, but they may not be able to give you consistent week by week feedback on your projects, on your assignment, which is the meat of any e-learning thing, is that you're able to provide them weekly structured feedback on the assignment at very, very high level. And that's what e-learning actually provides. We are very fortunate to have very good rapport with some of the top production houses in India. All the content that we create in-house is proprietary. And then, these are some of the top talent that have in the past, shared their knowledge and, helped the community in India grow. Gulshan sir, maybe I want to take a moment of yours over here. I do want, you mentioned about tourism. So this is what I did with my family. And I did a road trip from Bangalore all the way till Paris. It was in 2015. My son was 11, my daughter was 7 years, and my wife, and we all went on this drive. And the reason why I actually have this slide over here today is, thanks to e-learning methods, I was able to also be on the move, on the drive, monitor our education programs, and even give feedback to our students. So it was very exhilarating. One, we were on an amazing journey, and Gulshan sir in fact mentioned about him traveling around the world, 100 plus countries. I think I've not done as many as him, but yes, I think I do take pride that we did this journey.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And next trip at the age of 72, I'm going to hop in your car.
I think it's going to be an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so online internships is, again, purely, it's, sir mentioned about blended learning, flipped learning, and there are so many opportunities today. And that's exactly what we leverage on, the fact that it's all online. We're able to provide online internships on the live projects. So at this point, I'm going to just go a little deeper into how we do things. And honestly, I think you may be doing any other kind of mentoring or training programs, and it can actually essentially work the same way as well for you. The concepts are fairly simple. We analyze concepts. There are workflow analysis. There are live action analysis. Most of these are documented on video, and then we share it with the students on an e-learning platform. And then here are the professional mentors who have worked on some amazing projects. And this is what this slide basically shows, that the mentor is giving a recorded feedback. And that's so critical. I feel that, no matter what you're learning, as long as you're getting creative and critical feedback, you're definitely going to be, and especially if it comes from an industry expert. One of the things that I strongly recommend, and I see this actually being, missed out today in a lot of, these schools that have all gone online, is not many of them actually have a peer-to-peer interactive platform, and I strongly encourage that. I think it really enhances the whole virtual experience, and I think any which way students are really missing out on that interaction with with their peers, and like in a physical setup. But I think this really bridges the gap if you do have that. So the kind of programs that we also offer in the skill space sector are art classes. So all the way from beginner to advanced drawing classes. These are they are also your portfolio building projects. So if you have if you're looking to apply at a university that is either overseas or some of the best universities in India, then we do help you prepare a portfolio, and we take you all the way through the drawing class and anatomy, and and these are honestly, while it may be for media entertainment, you can even apply in the design aspect of things, right? So maybe so these are all professional programs. Essentially, if you're a college student, and even for finishing school, these are high-end 3D modeling programs where you can, if you're interested in game development, then you can actually take up these programs. Same for VFX industry. If you have an inclination towards the movie making industry, then we do offer high-end programs in the game and the VFX industry as well. This just brings me to the stream section. Now, STEM and STEAM and stream eventually. So, Gulshan sir actually mentioned about the new education policy, and most of you guys will already be aware that coding is receiving a lot of buzz these days, thanks to a lot of promotions happening. And of course, we do offer coding classes for mid-school, high school students, and even professionals. And at the same time, we offer art courses. Art and humanities is also being given a lot of importance in the new education policy, especially with the whole vocational programs coming up. So we are pretty much in a very sweet spot right now. The kind of programs that we offer are from grade 3 onwards, and they're 2 weeks long. To if you want to go the full length, we have a 12-week program as well. Some very, very interesting programs. I mean, we see kids really jumping and wanting to do these programs purely because honestly, I think this is what they want to do. I mean, coding is fine, but I mean, you and I, if we take one household, and if there are two siblings and ask them, one of them possibly may be inclined towards coding, but what about the other? In all likeliness, maybe not both of them want to get into coding. There's always a contrast between siblings, but is there really anything available for the other sibling? As of today, very few options are there, and art can be a very satisfying. Art and animation can be a very satisfying window for anyone to enhance their creativity, and that's what we do with our programs. I mean, you can see some of the classes that we have actually done. Kids are always super excited, and look at the kind of programs they're doing. On the right hand side of your screen, you're seeing the Chandrayaan rocket, right? What if I told you that a grade 8 kid is able to actually make the Chandrayaan fly in 3D? No coding, courses are there available today that teaches you to do that in 3 dimension, and that's what kids are doing. There are a lot of schools that talk about augmented reality being used in their classroom, but the kids are not creating that experience, right? It's the teacher who's showing them in augmented reality. But in our case, what we are saying is we are empowering the children to actually be able to create that content. And why is AR such a booming career option? It's purely because, especially during the pandemic, a lot of companies are having issues with customers not coming up to the stores and so on. So what have people started to do? They have all started to improvise and get this whole augmented reality experience of the product in their living room. And what are we doing in return is really empowering the children at a very young age, of course, professionals included, to embrace this particular career as a very viable and satisfying career as well. So there are game development classes and bunch of classes that I'll quickly talk about. But here is something for if there are teachers, parents attending this program today. And needless to say this to the teachers, but more to the parents. There are many ways that kids really benefit from learning art, and these are some of them. The one that really appeals to me the most is they form higher brain plasticity, right? It's really making it more elastic or enhancing the power of brain to really absorb new information, think of a creative way to solve a particular problem, and so on. So yes, these are some of the things that we feel really benefits from taking art and animation and storytelling classes. I'm a strong believer of of being a good storyteller, and I think every product has a story, right? I think that's what a lot of great product designers believe in, that if you are able to stitch a story for your product that the customer empathizes in, you have a customer, for your product. And that's what things like this does. It teaches you, how do you put a story together, and in the process, of course, you have an outcome that is both engaging and entertaining. So what we're saying to the parents is go beyond the skills of drawing. You're able to model the same thing, you're able to animate the same thing, and you're able to do the same thing in AR. And I can, with a lot of assurance, tell you that one reason why it is a far more booming career today, one is the skill gap, but two, any sector that you can put your fingers on today, whether it is oil industry, hospitality, hotel industry, or hospital industry, or real estate, defense, animation is required. Storytelling is required. It is a must. You cannot communicate your product unless what your product offering is, or it can be used even in medical, right? That how do you actually have what happens? I mean, you have seen that with a lot of corona things, like what is the corona actually doing and how is it being communicated? Only through animation. So that said, there are so many opportunities in every sector that you can actually, and these are all the programs that we actually do. So I'm just quickly going to rush through and maybe take a quick. So all of these, again, there's the Chandrayaan project. All of these are flagship projects. Let me talk about this particular. Okay, so maybe I want to take a quick moment here. If we gave a scenario to students or to a professional or to an individual, that you're given a banana, you're given a bitter gourd, you're given an avocado and orange, and come up with a story, or come up with something that is engaging, oftentimes we'll actually draw a blank, and that's purely because we have not been trained to think that way. And this is what it is. There is a video of it which I'll actually play in a bit. So what do you get with a reach through e-learning? One, it's global. I mean, think about if you're looking at the business opportunity, or if you're looking about making an impact or making a social change through e-learning, you can actually just make it global, right? Demographic, you can cater to, as probably, I think younger kids, maybe parents are a little hesitant, but grade 3 onwards, you can really start catering to. And then there are corporates that you can think about, promoting creative thinking. What is the addressable market that you're looking at? So if it is e-learning, again, for any skills that you choose, look at just the sheer numbers and the sheer size of student base that is out there. You have the global Indian diaspora, you have the developing countries, you have 260 million students sitting right there. Even if you get a fraction of them, you're still at a very handsome positioning. So what are the problems that parents are facing or the students are facing? I think especially with skills focused on media entertainment, and it can be the same in other fields, they really do not, or rather they're not aware of skills being utilized beyond drawing and painting, right? So they know that the child is creative, but they don't know how to make that like a career out of what the child is good at. So that is a very, very people usually stop at painting and sketching. So there are exciting opportunities available in the art and tech space. I already spoke about the survey which was there. And I think what we are also facing the lack of today is curated and guided programs. There are structured programs. There's absolutely, yes, there are people doing it, but not to the scale that is really required to be done. And if you look at the business model, of course, the last point which talks about is a huge. If you're in a city like Bangalore, you can easily save up like a couple of hours on a daily basis just on the commute part, right? You don't need to get out of your house and you're able to upskill yourself. Uh, and how do you generate revenue? If if you're looking at revenue model, then this is you can partner with schools, you can share revenue, you can make it a government-led initiative. If you're doing niche courses, which not many are doing, then you'll definitely get heard out. And you can also partner with aggregators. So that's another franchise model that you can look at. Homeschooling, B2C segment. Again, all of these are huge opportunities that are out there. At this point, I'm actually just going to play a quick clip. This is going to be about 2 to 3 minutes in duration. I just want our audience to actually get an insight on what is it that we are doing. Uh, so I'm going to also optimize the screen so that the experience is a little better for you. Right. So I'll also talk about it, as we are. 1 second. Sorry, let me just play this one more time. So this is what we are able to benefit, some top talent and come in and talk about animation and come in and talk about art, and this really inspires the student. And okay, so I'm actually, yeah. So this really inspires the student that they're able to learn from some of the best people in the world. These are some of the expert masterclass webinars that we had conducted. And our classes are also revolve around the similar fashion where, there is an expert mentor who's actually giving you feedback. And it's pretty much on similar lines of what you're seeing right now is, I'm sure needless to say, everybody understands that as a mentor, I'm also able to get into the computer of the student and, do some troubleshooting if required. So these are some of the art classes. I also want to show you a little clip that was created by a 10th standard student. So you really understand that what's a possibility today. Let me just play this particular clip for you as well. So this particular one was created here in Bangalore, and this was animated by a 10-year-old, by a grade 10 student. So if you ask me that, is it professional and is it, is it of a professional quality? Maybe not, but that's not the point. The point is that the child has been able to animate in 3 dimension, the Chandrayaan doing the apogee around the Earth and the Moon. So what the child has in fact done, I'm quickly pausing the video. What the child has quickly, learned is why it is also animated the whole film, the whole process of the Chandrayaan, right from the disintegration of the boosters to the landing of the Chandrayaan on the lunar surface, and then the rover coming out onto. You can see that now the rover actually is just coming out, and all of these. Yeah, so probably at this point I'll stop. I'm just going to scrub through some of the ideas here. Okay, wait. This is the clip that I was talking about earlier, that if you need to tell a story with a few fruits, and you're able to do that. Now imagine the social impact message that you can actually create. If a child learns to do this, the child is then able to create. Now here's another idea. It's a beautiful idea where the concept of Earth being attacked by single-use plastic is there, right? And it's an environmental message. The student has learned how to tell a story regarding a huge issue, and we all know how these things travel. If you create a very impactful message on WhatsApp, it will travel, and that's the power. That's how children are getting empowered. You can notice this that the style has now created a stop motion and it's basically game over because mankind has not stopped using single-use plastic. Great. So with this, I think I've given a fair idea of the kind of range of programs that we do, and I hope that you can correlate with whatever you're offering. For me, as an educator, it is very liberating and it is very satisfying that we are able to mentor and nurture creativity at a very early age. And that is very, very satisfying. I think I can't the whole e-learning mechanism being really getting a big lift and push. And with all digital penetration in 2-tier, 3-tier cities, we're looking to regionalize the offering, in the local languages. And I think that will take the, content development to a whole new level. But Gulshan sir, yes, that's what have in, I hope the audience has benefited.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful session. I must extend my blessings and my best wishes for your organization. It's something very creative, innovative, dynamic, which you have put over here, something very nice. And you started on a bang where you said education is important, but skill a necessity. Wow. There's the key word which we all have to take into consideration. Some live internships also, which you talked about with the natural products and all that was very creative. I've got one question always, boggling my mind, and I want to understand for quite some time. Gamification is in thing today. Gamification is the integral part. Like our chamber is working now at present on music for last 8 years. We are bringing music into education, music for biology, music for environment, music for physics, music for mathematics, music for chemistry, all subjects across. We are working on that for last 8 years. And 152 countries, we are combining onto that complete thing, what we are working on. Now, what comes to my mind, and I want to understand from you, because you have got a long way to go and you have to deliver so much to humanity. And right from the third class onwards, the storytelling tool, excellent. Day before yesterday, we had a lady. She's again from Bangalore. She's a group captain's wife, and she's on storytelling. So Aparna or something, some name is there. She's there in Bangalore. Now, one question which I wish to understand from you: why do we always bring element of destruction when we are having gamification? Because our chamber, we are having I always think, why can't we have positive, creative, vibrant energies to be channelized in a positive direction? Any game. If I tell a small child, okay, fine, I give you 15 minutes, you sit down, now you watch a game of your choice. He will take out monsters, he will take out dragons, he will take out or she will take out dinosaurs. Why? And I think we are doing a lot of damage in that. Somewhere, can we work out? In fact, our chamber is very keen, and I would need your support on that. We need games. Games should be integral part. I'm 200%, I'm 1000% for it. The game should be integral part of education. Like just now you have shown on that plants and environment and plastic and non-degradable and everything. Fantastic. I mean, there's something superb which everybody is looking forward to. Even today in your clip, you have shown destruction in gaming. I think the time has come, Anandji. I need your support. From our chamber, we want to write to all the companies. Fine. In arts, commerce, science, in non-medical, medical, anywhere, we need gamification. Gamification is in thing, it should come. Can we make a request to all the gaming companies that, look, why don't you teach positive things? I don't know. I have not witnessed that game, but a couple of suicides had taken place with some blue game or blue whale or something. And then I have seen PUBG. I'm telling you in a very crude way, children sitting in toilet on the shit pot, and over there they are making noises. Attack from left, do from right, do for this. At least you should finish your toilet activities at least in a decent way. Now this is creativity and addiction. I take hand in hand. It is very good. Everybody got to be creative. Everybody got to be dynamic. Everybody got to be vibrant. Somebody may tell, Dr. Sharma, you have enjoyed your life. You have lived all these years and you have crossed 70 now. No, you should not be. I love children. I'm not for the teachers. I'm for the children. I'm a grandpa for the children. I never stand by teachers because I tell teachers, look, children do not need anything from you now. If you don't wake up now, this particular pandemic has exposed the education ecosystem and it has made everything transparent. And if you'll not work hard, gone are the days when no other job was coming up, then you were becoming teacher. Now, if you come to education profession, your accountability is going to be 200% because teachers, you are going to be judged by students. Now, my request is, what should we do with children's psyche? I teach abroad for a couple of months, and when I teach abroad, thereafter I become a student. I attend all motivational programs, Tony Robbins or Les Brown or Brian Tracy or Jim Rohn. All these people, I have been attending all the programs, and I always wanted to be a motivational speaker. I enjoy that quite a bit and all. When I look at the whole scenario, everything is so good and so creative with the new education policy. Can we think of some positive gain coming in education ecosystem? People like you can do wonders, because I would like to tell, if somebody tells me 10 out of 10, no. I would say I will give to Anand Ved 11 out of 10. If 10, some marks were to be given out of 10, I'll give you 11 marks out of that. Because one, I will manage somehow, who can crook somewhere. But with so much of creativity, can we think of together? With our chamber, we have got about 12 lakh non-resident Indians in the different countries at present associated with the chamber from 1994 onward. 36,000 children in the last 26 years have gone through the process of ICSI, and all we have taken socially deprived children from the weaker section of the society. Because I come from the armed forces, I have picked up only those children to whom education is not available, to whom education is not reaching. I'm not interested about metro people. Sorry, no, not at all. You're already privileged. You're enjoying so much of privilege. Let's give something to the people those are not getting it. As it is, there's a digital divide and so much and all. Can we think of something where positive gamification can come in education ecosystem? This is my request to you as an elder brother. This is my request,
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. I think it needs a huge cultural shift and a mindset shift. I agree with you that it is the need of the hour as well.
Yeah, and we are going to touch by 31st of December, and we are going to the Guinness Book of Records, the only exclusive chamber. 500 webinars we will have exclusively on education empowerment in this COVID. So what I'm sharing with you something very important, that when principals also come, they quote Plato and Aristotle and such, Donald Hawkins and Flana and all that. Why don't they quote our own people? Why don't they tell our own people? For me, Shankar Mahadevan is more important than Paul Anka or Cliff Richard or Jim Rohn or somewhere outside there, because I think somewhere we are missing. I don't know, Anandji, my grandmother, my grandfather, my nani, nana, they used to tell some stories. You have already touched it. Stories are the part of our life. Can we build our own stories? Can we bring in our education system our own people? There are so many people, those have sacrificed their lives for the country to get the independence to this country, right, people? Why not we should build up something on that? Because when I see small third class child, the moment you give 10 minutes break to that child, that okay, fine, now you have got a 10 minutes break, you go, you enjoy. Moment you give that break, he will go, he will open Monster. Oh, this is coming, destruction is coming. Let's bring the change in psyche, brother. Let's bring the change.
I agree with you 100%. Yes. I'm more than happy to work with you on this and see if there are ideas that we can work on together.
Absolutely. God bless you. God bless you. And this is something fantastic. Now tell me, you wrote something very interesting quote over there, 9 to 99 years. So I think I still can go for 72 years of age, this particular program. This is a 3 weeks program you have got?
So yes, we do have a lot of depth in it. The least is the 2 weeks, and if anybody likes the program, they can keep on. So there are 3 months program, 6 months, a year-long program. Eventually, if they take up a year-long program, they're all certified to be professionals in the field. For young school students, because they don't have a whole lot of bandwidth, we have short programs, 2 months, 2 weeks, and so on. So at some
Okay.
point,
My specific query was that you have taken a very good thought process. My blessings to you, because where you told that you have taken third class onward children.
right.
So this is the most formation and tender and like a clay, which you can mold in any direction. So it's fantastic what you have thought of. Now I'm taking a specific case. If there is a child of third class, so that may be about 8 years or 9 years or something like that. That is the age bracket. Now, in fact, less than 10 years of age, if world over people, those are watching me, I personally strongly recommend from the chamber, they should be highest paid teachers. Those are handing children less than 10 years of age, because they should get the best of salary. And that's the way we should work on that. So if I get you a third class or third standard child, then what do you consider and what would you like to offer to a third class child?
I think, especially for them at that age, I feel that life skills is something that we will be focusing on.
Okay.
And have simple approaches for storytelling as well. And I think we all realize today, and schools have already started to implement life skills. But although it's not been done to the depth of it, we work with knowledge partners in this particular space because it is such like exactly you mentioned, while they are moldable, it also requires a very close affinity and mindset alignment with the child. So, things like self-awareness, things like stress management, anger management. And if you inculcate all of these at a very early age, civic responsibilities, cultural sensitivity, and so on. So if we inculcate all of these at a very early age, then I think they will be far more conducive to the rash world. That suddenly the world will be very different when they get into the real world. And then the fact that they have dealt with it at a very early age, now they have they know how to handle it, they know how to overcome it. And yeah, I think that will be a huge win. Other than that, yes, we do offer the interesting storytelling tools as well, which involves stop motion animation. I think it's so powerful that the clip that I showed you where Earth was getting attacked by single-use plastic, because mankind is not stopping the use of single-use plastic, but a child has learned the process of communicating a social message. Now, everything that a child sees, an object that a child sees, they're already thinking, what can I make a story out of this? If it is just with fork and knives and spoons, they're all a part of a family. They're all a part of the cutlery family. But now they're starting to process, okay, if this was a particular character and this was a particular character, and I can make a story and I can, stitch something very interesting and I can make a film out of it. So yeah, these are the kind of things that we would do for grade 3 onwards.
Wonderful. Life skills we should focus. Great. And final takeaway, which I'm taking from you is one of the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, those are watching world over. He has used two words, which I'll tell you right now before I close the session. And they are the takeaway for me, particularly during the COVID, post-COVID. If you really want a happy world, happy universe, it's a Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, it's a global family, all of us together. He used two words, and I think they are the most important takeaway this evening. Can we teach our children, our youth, anger management? He used the word anger management. I think as a part of a life skill, if we can have more animation and we tell children, when you frown, how many muscles you use? When you laugh, when you're happy, when you enjoy, then what muscles you use? How does it affect your blood pressure, your disease and other things? I think a lot can be done onto that as well. And anger management is something. So please don't get annoyed and don't get angry with anybody. Remain happy during COVID, post-COVID, and whatever is happening, enjoy each and every moment of your life. Great blessings to Mr. Anand this evening. What a wonderful presentation. What an awesome kind of deliberation and session for all of us. Do write to us. If you wish to have him again, we can work out, we can plan it out. But do you want to share any email or anything for the audience? Those want to reach you, those want to come across to you. If you wish to share anything of that kind, so that it would really be wonderful, and we can send across to everybody. You can put in the chat box, and
Sure, sir.
you can put it onto your presentation you want, whatever is convenient to you, because I want information should be traveling now, because people those are watching this particular program nowadays, you feel very shy to put your endorsement anywhere, audience. Are, if I can learn at the age of 72, he has given the range up to 99. He told Dr. Sharma, you can live for a few more years and add to the humanity. Then why are you feeling shy? We all should
Right.
be the part of this journey. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, here he
I,
has given, here
I'm
he
just
has
gonna,
given the, sorry,
yeah, I'm gonna share it one more time. Sorry.
okay. So here is the detail: 9845059159, and he has also given ANAND Anand NATIVEPUPPETS.com. Why I'm telling that way? Because a lot of Spanish, French, and German people are also watching. So that's why I am going a little bit more in details like a small child.
Right.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
I do want to thank the ICSI and MESC for the opportunity, and Gulshan sir, it was absolute pleasure. I would love to interact with you furthermore. Look for areas for collaboration, and we're more than happy to provide education in the MNEs.
No, we would, Kimber would be more than happy to come, and I will tell Mohit also. We will work out, I'll tell Pooja also. We will plan it out, and certainly we are going ahead with you. And only one request, please tell all game production companies, let's start producing positive games, positivity. We all got to be positive, remain positive, think positive, talk positive, walk positive, dream positive, sleep positive. Only positivity. And with that positivity, lots of blessings to Mr. Anand Baid for coming this evening, sharing his vision and his creativity. And he used soft skill is important, everything is important, life skill is important. Creativity is taking the frontal seat